There has been a lot, and I mean a lot of talk about the Judge Academy and whether is it a scam? Is it a pyramid marketing scheme? Is it MLM? The continuing debate around this means that I need to revisit this subject. Greetings, owners of fine luxury cardboard rectangles. We are here to talk about the Judge Academy fiasco. There are a bunch of people who think that this is a scam or something akin to like a multi-level marketing that's not technically illegal, kind of, but still shady. That's the kind of scenario we're looking at. So to give anybody who's not 100% what's going on with this, the lowdown. Well, I guess I shouldn't pop up when I'm saying down. It doesn't work, but I'm not fixing it and editing. Don't care. Do not care. You just got scammed by me. So anyhow, the Judge Academy is a program that has just been birthed recently. It goes into full action at the beginning of October. Now, why is it even necessary? Well, Wizards of the Coast has gone ahead and said, we are discontinuing our Judge program. Now, the Judge program was how you got all your level 1, level 2, level 3 judges, your rules advisors, all those type of people who would help with your local game stores. They would help with the Pro Tour, which is something that's crumbling away and isn't really existent anymore. Some people will try and come along and be like, but Mythic blah, blah, blah. And it's like, we all know the truth. The writing's on the wall. They're not paying for coverage in terms of, hey, let's put videos out about this. Let's actually go ahead and pay for professional photographers. Hell, they don't even make sure to have the trophies they need for people half the time anymore. It's like, oh, it's in the mail. So the Pro Tour isn't really that much of a thing anymore. So without that, you really just have local game store events, and then you have the events run by Channel Fireball and by Wizards themselves. So Wizards of the Coast decided, you know what? We're going to shut down the Judge program. Now, the reason that they decided to shut down the Judge program is actually pretty awful. They didn't want the people who were judges, who were basically volunteering to be judges, to sue Wizards of the Coast to be treated fairly. Wizards of the Coast actually got slapped with multiple lawsuits over the Judge program, where people were seeking to say, hey, look, we're actually employees of you guys, and you need to treat us fairly. Just throwing foils at some of us isn't really gonna cut it. So you have that scenario combined with issues where criminal offenders were also found in the ranks of the Judge program. The type of criminal offenders you don't want around children were found in the ranks of the Judge program. So that was another black eye for Wizards' Judge program. So they just said they had already made the decision to actually scrap the program before they got that black eye. But it's just more icing on the get rid of the judges cake that they're throwing out the window. So the judges that are actually involved in the Judge program went, well, no, we don't want this to go away. We want this to stay. There were people who were like, okay, look, we want to save the Judge program. In all honesty, I think, like, I'm going fully on the record here, as people like to say when you make a video. I'm going on the record saying that I think the people behind Judge Academy probably had good intentions. They just wanted to make sure that the Judge program didn't go away. Now, I can't say that with absolute certainty, but I believe at least the majority of the people involved with the Judge Academy had the best of intentions when they came up with the concept. Wizards of the Coast said, we're just going to axe the Judge program. And the judges, instead of going, well, wait, how's that going to work? What about Channel Fireball? What about the events that you're going to run? Are you just not going to have judges at all? And kind of pushing back at Wizards going, you have to institute something. Wizards of the Coast just kind of went, we're cutting you off. It's your problem. You deal with it. And then they came along and said, hey, not Wizards, but the judges, an organization came along and said, hey, you know what? What if we create this independent organization that shields you from legal liability? And what if you don't have to pay anything for it at all? What if you don't have to pay for the organization? It shields you from legal liability, and we'll take the Judge foils that you've created, which are a big thing that people love, and we'll pay you for those, and we'll distribute them to the judges. That was originally the concept, I think, that they presented to Wizards of the Coast. It may be worded slightly differently, but overall it was we will shield you legally by creating a certification agency where we will certify the judges for Magic the Gathering and say that they're up to snuff. And Wizards of the Coast said, okay, you've got 4.5 months before we make the announcement that we're scrapping the judge program. Here's when we're going to make the announcement. And we will even post on our website, we'll post on the official Wizards of the Coast website, hey, we're scrapping the judge program and the Judge Academy is going to be the new thing that exists. Now, Wizards of the Coast also said, by the way, you don't need certified judges. These guys aren't required. And that's part of the problem for the Judge Academy to start with. They are in no way required. Wizards of the Coast is just going, official need for judges is over. We're canceling our judge program. If you want, you can use the Judge Academy to get certified as a official judge. But you can still run tournaments without it. Tournament organizers are not required to have certified judges. So you've got the Judge Academy that goes, oh God, we've only got 4.5 months to get this set up. We need to set up in a way where we can't get sued by anybody over what's going on and they can't consider us employees. We need to set it up in a way where it's also not going to leave avenues for people to sue Wizards of the Coast. We're going to need all these different people in the infrastructure. This is going to cost us a lot of money because we have to pay for all the different positions of people and we need to pay for the lawyers. But everybody's going to be on board because otherwise the judge program is just going away. In their head, they were so focused about saving the judge program that they figured that people would just cheer for it and get on board no matter what. They didn't actually think things through. They didn't think, wait, if judges aren't actually required, there may be a considerable number of people who go, well, why are we paying you hundreds and hundreds of dollars? Because they're charging level 1 judges $100, level 2 judges $200, level 3 judges $400, and the only noticeable change in the levels in terms of what they receive is the amount of foils, the amount of judge foils that they get. So it seems like the judge foils are pretty much the only justification and carrot that they have. Now, they talked about, oh, you know what, we're going to take existing materials and improve on them. But as far as I understand, the original stuff that was created for the judge program isn't owned by Judge Academy. They don't have any rights to it. They definitely aren't getting access to the Judge Apps app, which is the program used by judges, which, just so you know, wasn't getting really any job postings listed on it for anybody to get judge positions anyways at this point. So the Judge app provides a bunch of information. All the online resources are there, but they're not going to be owned by Judge Academy. So Judge Academy is starting out fresh. They need to pay for a ton of staff members. They need to pay for the foils that they're buying, and they need to pay for legal protection from getting sued and such. On top of that, they're not able to roll out to the entire world of judges. They're only able to cover 75% of current existing judges, leaving 25% of judges out in the cold. So they have this program where they need the money to pay for their sprawling infrastructure of all these individuals, the lawyers and everything, but they're not actually offering anything, in my opinion, that's worth the money. It's like in their heads, they're like, okay, here's what we'll do. We'll get these foils, we'll give them to the judges, and then the judges just turn around and sell these foils, and then they can pay the fees. So the judges aren't really getting anything out of this deal. And when the Judge Academy did an AMA, where people had a lot of questions saying, hey, what are we getting for our money? They were very short on answers. The Judge Academy was basically like, we believe in personal development, and we're going to give you tools that can help you in life and get you ready for a career as a judge, without admitting on the surface of it that there are fewer and fewer opportunities to judge. And they're like, oh, we're going to bring in other games like Keyforge and things like that. They're going to expect you to pay fees for that as well. And that's indicated by the fact that they go, oh, hey, if you sign up as a Magic judge, you get access to introductory materials for other games. So it's basically like, we'll tell you a little bit about this game, and then you can decide if you want to be a judge for it and pay us for that privilege too. So this company is very reliant, entirely reliant, in fact, on taking money from judges. They originally said that they wanted to be a non-profit organization. That's originally how they were going to set up. And then they said that some of our partners, some of the people who own the games, basically, like Wizards of the Coast or Keyforge, without saying specifics, said, oh, we can't work with a non-profit. You have to be a for-profit corporation. And they also said one of the dumbest lines imaginable, where they go, We can't be a nonprofit because then we would be taking away support from organizations like Red Cross. Like, they thought people were actually going to buy that line and think, oh, really? So companies that would normally donate to genuine charities like Red Cross are just going to not give money to the Red Cross, which is saving people, and they're going to turn around and give it to the Judge Academy? Nobody bought that. And they said, oh, you know what? Since we're a nonprofit, we can't give you 100% transparency. And when people go, can we expect transparency from you? They're like, we're going to share lots of information with you, but it's not reasonable to expect 100% transparency, when it certainly is reasonable to expect 100% transparency. This organization is being entirely funded by fees from judges. And people are going, will you let us see your financials? And they're going, no, we're not going to let you see all our financials. That's not going to happen. And people are speculating there's all kinds of reasons for that. Is it because they're trying to hide what they're paying to Wizards of the Coast? Is it because they're trying to hide how much of their funds are going to employee bloat, in terms of they've got too many people working for them, they're paying them all this money, and the majority of the money being taken in is literally just paying people to be part of the Judge Academy? On top of that, you have the situation where under the old scenario, you have a situation where the judges are trained by higher levels. So if you're a level 2 judge, you're going to be trained by a level 1 judge. You're going to be approved by, if you're a level 1 judge, you're going to be trained and approved by a level 2 judge. And level 2 judges have the same kind of thing as like level 3 judges. There's actually a funny little like satire meme picture that was put up on Reddit that I'll share here, where you can see it says how the Judge Academy works. Tim and friends receive foils and annual dues, pay nothing. Level 3s receive 32 foils, pay $400, manage level 2s. Level 2s receive 16 foils, pay $200, train and bring on level 1s. Level 1s receive 8 foils and pay $100. Now you can see that the artwork is demonstrating this as a pyramid scheme. And in all honesty, when you're not willing to give transparency on how you're spending the money, it can obviously come across as, you know what, this might be a scam. This might be multi-level marketing. But I honestly don't think that the program is a scam. Do I think it's a worthwhile program? No, I don't at all. It seems like they've just poured it over. We're going to just take the Judge program, move it over here, keep the same restrictions where we have level 2s training level 1s, level 3s responsible for level 2s, but we're going to make them all pay us without offering any tangible benefits. They couldn't give hard, concrete answers. When people asked, are level 2s going to be responsible for training level 1s? You know what they said? We'll have more information for you about that on October 1st. On October 1st. That means that they didn't even think about this. They were literally running around with the mindset going, oh my God, we've got to save the Judge program. We've got a way to save the Judge program, so everything is perfect. It doesn't matter how many people we have to hire. It doesn't matter how we spend our money. Don't you understand? We've saved the Judge program. It's like, but judges aren't even required anymore. You really haven't saved the Judge program. The majority of people talking about this, and it's by a heavy margin, are people saying very negative things about this organization. And I don't see this organization surviving at this rate. They have a situation where they're not allowing people to vote for the individuals who are in charge. They've already decided everybody who's going to be a part of it. They're all getting paid. And they're like, we only had 4.5 months. Well, that's 4.5 months that you could have announced your plans and actually looked for submissions from the Judge program. But instead, you just kept it to yourself as a secretive sort of thing, and then just launched it going, isn't this great? We have no information to answer any of your questions. And of course, as a level 2, you're still going to be required to judge over level 1s and things like that. Our business model is based on it. Don't you get it? You get some foils. We're bribing you with foils. Pay us the monies. We don't actually have anything tangible to offer you other than you can keep the tag official Magic Judge. And the way they went about answering questions was really, really unwise. They came out and said that they don't think that they have an unfair advantage over any other organization that tries to create itself. Like they said, oh, you know what? There can be other groups that get together and certify judges. And no, we don't think we have any kind of unfair advantage, even though we were created secretly behind closed doors in direct talk with Wizards of the Coast. We already have it set up where Wizards of the Coast is going to give us access to exclusive Judge foils. But no, we don't have an unfair advantage. We're just going to try and take as much as we can from the previous Judge program. We just have all this, but no, we don't have an unfair advantage. So they're not being honest with us. And the sort of secrecy is continuing. Channel Fireball is also getting involved with this organization to a degree. To what degree? I don't know. And how will I find out? I'm not sure, because instead of doing their AMA on Reddit, they're choosing to do theirs through Judge apps, specifically limiting the audience that can ask them questions. And my belief is because they saw